320 horsepower, twin frickin' turbos, all-wheel drive, and the 6-speed manual to tie it all together. It's everything you need and more in a Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. I'm Brian with Tune Drift, and today we're going to be talking about why you need one of these bad boys. If you are just tuning in for the first time, by the way, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more car content. Now let's get into this. Alright guys, so this is a super cool Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. This is a 1997 version of it, and this car had a lot of cool stylish cues, and it was a very advanced car for its time. Like I said, it was a twin turbo car that made about 320 horsepower and 315 foot-pounds of torque, which was astonishing and crazy, and matched with that 6-speed manual and made it just completely unbelievable. With that much power alone, this car was ready to compete and was able to make something as quick as 13.5 and a quarter mile in about 5-second car when it comes to 0 to 60. And for me, that's just something quite astonishing, actually. Personally, this is one of the cars that I think Mitsubishi actually got perfectly right. They had the nice styling cues, they had the really great performance to back it up. Like I said, that twin turbo all-wheel drive and 6-speed setup that just really set off this car. Now, this specific model, like I said, was a 1997, and this one had the non-pop-up headlights. It had basically that sleek kind of look in the front. Now, this generation was from 1995 to 1999, and the previous generation before had pop-up headlights, and it had a lot of cool things like aerodynamic things where the spoiler would adjust as the speed went. It had mufflers that would adjust to a certain tone that you wanted. It was a really cool thing, and like I said, it was this really crazy thing that was so advanced for the 90s. So you want a Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. Let's go ahead and pop the hood to show you guys what else there is to look for when it comes to this car. So let's go ahead and dive into the engine setup. So on this car, and specifically as a 6G72, I believe, and it's a twin turbo V6 engine with 24 valves and a dual overhead cam. Now that was pretty cool and impressive for its time, and even like I said, right now. Now in the beginning, this engine can be pretty difficult for beginner drivers or people that are just getting into working on cars, because it's a pretty massive engine that you don't have a lot of room. You got to take out a lot of things to get to places. However, if you do really want to get into a car like this, I definitely recommend you going through it, because it's just a car that's really worth it. Puts the power down well, smooth, and it just has everything you'd want in a big sports car. Now the coolest thing I forgot to mention to you guys is this car had 4-wheel steering. Yes, that's what you heard me. It had steering in the front and in the back, so when you are going through corners, the actual rear wheels would turn with the front wheels, making it a different crazy driving experience. Now with all these good things comes always a con, and this car was a little bit heavy. It weighed about 3,700 pounds, which was a little heavy on the heavy side. However, like I said, it had a lot of the good things to back it up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interior, however. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and talk about the interior. The interior was a really cool interior that was more orientated towards the driver. It had all those cool gauges and it was wrapped to the driver. It was really nice, decent setup. It has this nice tan and black color scheme, so you could tell it's the 90s theme, but it really stays true to the Mitsubishi. Now all this talk about fast cars and twin turbos, all-wheel drives, 4-wheel steering, I know it's crazy, it's mind-boggling. So let's actually put it in practice and see what this car is actually capable of. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and drive the 97 VR4. This is my first time driving a car that's well over 200 horsepower, so this will be very fun. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The clutch is very, you really gotta push it down. It really engages. It's like a 2-stage clutch or a 3-stage clutch. It's very tough to put down, so it's a little tricky. I'm gonna try not to stall it, hopefully. And I also don't want to ride the clutch, so let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, I really want to. It's exciting. All right, give it a little gas. Woohoo! This thing really gets in it. Wow, so much power in it, it's And I haven't even gone down the street. Okay. Now, this car is tuned to 15, it's running 15 pounds of boost right now. So obviously you can feel it not running the stock 320 horsepower that it typically does. So let's go ahead and find a nice straight road to really see what this baby's capable of. All right guys, so now we got on the real road. It's gonna be first time for me going full throttle. So let's go ahead and damn, it just keeps wanting to go. Oh shoot. Dude, it gets up to 80 so fast, it's unbelievable. Wow. I might not give it this car back. Just joking, but all right, so right now we're gonna go from a dead stop and see how it goes. We're not gonna launch it. I don't want to abuse this car, so woohoo! Man, I love this thing, man. This thing is so freaking fun. I'm gonna slow down for these people, but we'll get on the gas a little bit more. Woohoo! Whole different experience from when you're sitting in a passenger and you're driving this car, because you really feel the power. You feel the difference. Like, weight is neglected in this sense, guys. It's something way unbelievable. I love this car. This car is really great. I can't wait for a boosted car in my life, man. If you're looking to get a VR4, this is the reason why. The driver experience is like no other. This car is really fun, guys. You have no idea. Wakes up after that 4,000 mark. It just pulls through the entire power band. This is one of the reasons on why I used to get one of these 1997 Mitsubishi 3000 GT's VR4s, because they don't show their weight, they show their power, they show their advancement and elegantness, and they just really show what this car is capable of in the 90s. And I couldn't even imagine, driving this in the 90s. This car is so fast now to me in this day, I can't even imagine how it was back then. It's unbelievable how beautifully balanced this car is. There's no losing with the car, you know? You're never seeking power. You always have it at every power band, and it's a smooth, linear power band. So at any RPM, you just feel it catch. Like right now, I could easily go downshift and you just feel the power as soon as you get into the gas. It catches, it gives it a sec. For a second, you're waiting for it, just a second, and it, boom, it hits you. It's so smooth. It's just a car you'd love. So. All right, guys, so after taking it for a really quick drive, this was very fun. Quick car that you could tell Mitsubishi really thought about and really put the driver, they thought about the driver in this instant. It was a really nice, well-balanced car. You really can't feel the weight disadvantage, and it's just a well-balanced car. They really thought about the performance, the brakes, the steering. They put all of it together and blended it very well as the styling. You really can't go wrong when it comes to one of these cars. Definitely suggest snagging one. They are a bit upper in price, however, it's a car that's just really worth it, and you'll really understand when you get behind the wheel of one of these bad boys. I'm Brian with Team to Drift, and if you are just tuning in, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more car content. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.